Hello everybody, how are you? Welcome to this video presentation of the new K7 Darts Metal and Drakon 2 dartboards, our new line of models that improves our catalog, introducing improvements and novelties. These two models can be purchased by both professionals and private users who want to enjoy the game at home, as they can be configured to play with or without credits. First of all, we're going to know the differences between both models. Then we will see how they are built and how they work, both at an operational level and playing level. This one here is the K7 Darts, the model with which we have made a generational leap. This other one is the Drakon 2, an alternative to the K7 Darts with a design change to better fit in places with less height. The big difference between the two is the new screen layout, which in the Drakon 2 is placed in the center part to reduce the overall height of the product. Its resolution and dimensions remain unchanged. However, placing the screen here changes the game buttons. On the Drakon 2, we have smaller buttons on both sides of the screen and we lose the keyboard. As the Drakon 2 does not have this feature, it does not include the option to create tournaments, while the K7 Darts does. That said, let's walk through its design and highlight its main features, which are the same in both models. As you can see here, we are offering two different colorways for any of them. This beautiful and elegant black design with red and black board, and this gorgeous white finish with red and blue board. Let's start with the 24 inches screen with special impact protection. Here we can navigate through the configuration menu as well as the user menu. During gameplay, various animations are displayed, offering a fun experience. Its stand is made of metal, as is the entire cabinet. On the K7 Darts, as we have said before, it is placed at the top and is slightly tilted downwards. In the Drakon 2, it is in the middle. Then we have the main playing surface, with its 20 sections and standard American measurements, 40 centimeters in diameter or 15 inches. In both models, this area is illuminated from the top with LED lighting. Lower down, in the center of the body, are the control buttons. On the K7 Darts, they are placed in a line, and on the right side there is a keyboard to be able to write in some sections. In the Drakon 2, there are fewer buttons and we can type, so the tournaments are eliminated. All other functions remain the same. In both models, the laser is placed in the center, which marks the shooting line at 2.44 meters or 8 feet. On the left side is the loudspeaker. On the right side, there is the coin inlet and a small door with a lock that gives access to the collection box. The foot of the dartboard is exactly the same in both models. A single piece of metal decorated with LED illuminated engravings. If we open its lid, which is the whole centerpiece in both models, we see its various components. A simple, clean and efficient finish. We have the power supply on one side, the main CPU, the interface, sound control with a small wheel to adjust the volume, a power supply plate and an Ascoyen AC6 coin acceptor. By pressing the small black button on the interface board, we access the service or test menu, where we can configure different parameters of the machine. Here we can find lamp options, game select, XO1 options, add credit, cricket options, bonus, counters, sounds, counters of games, prize and rounds, test of dartboard, test of keyboard, fix the hour, happy hour, general options, and laser options. Let's now talk about the games these dartboards include. A total of 14 titles with some variants and modification in some of them. They are Perfect KO for 2 to 4 players, a game based on Street Fighter. Players must shoot only at the 3 number that appears as targets in each round. If a number is hit, the points are added up. If you manage to hit all 3 numbers, you get a KO. Each player has 3 lives. For example, you can revive yourself up to 2 times, but the third time you lose the game. With 4 players, there is a team game of 2 against 2. Each team has 5 lives in total for each game. 301 and 501, from 1 to 6 players, and Team 301 and Team 501, for 4 or 6 players per team. The rules are the same for all of them. The target score is deducted successively with the points obtained. The winner is the player who reaches 0 points first. If a player goes beyond 0 points, he or she is penalized with a bust and the turn passes to the next player. In these games, we can select different variants: double in, double out, double in out, masters out, handicap, solo, equal, team, bull 25-50 and bull 50-50. Continuing with games, we can find also 501 Express from 1 to 6 players. It is the same as traditional 501, but at half the price and half the rounds. 301 Killer from 1 to 6 players. Same rules as the basic 301, but this time, if a player matches another player's score, he kills him. His discount is lost, and he resets his score to 301. It has the same variants as the traditional game. The Hunter, for 1 to 4 players, a game based on monster hunting. The rules are similar to X01, but it is played on several levels. The score is deducted with the points obtained. To pass to the next level, you have to reach 0 points. If a player passes 0 points, he is penalized with bust and the turn passes to the next player. The first player to pass all levels is the winner. Cricket, for 1 to 6 players, and Team Cricket, for 4 or 6 players, in teams. And also Cricket Express, from 1 to 6 players, half price and half rounds. All of them follow the same rules. A number is closed by scoring 3 hits. You have to close 15 to 20 and the target. In addition, points are scored on the number if the opponent has it open. The winner is the player who closes his numbers and gets the highest score. In this game, we can establish different variants: no score, cutthroat, masters, crazy, wild and crazy, pick it, handicap, solo, team, and bull 25-50. Another game is BURMA Road, for 1 to 6 players. In this one, players start with a starting score of 40 points. They must match the target number in each round. If the number is correct, the points obtained are added up. On the other hand, if no correct guess is made, half of the accumulated points are forfeited. The player with the highest score wins. House of BLACKDARTS, for 1 to 4 players, based on casino blackjack. The big score must be deducted to 0 points to get blackjack. There is a pre-round to decide the order in which players draw and to select the bet per round. The winner will act as the croupier or card dealer who will compete against the other players and will be the last to throw his darts. 3 darts or cards per round. The player may stand with 1 or 2 darts by pressing OK if his score is close to 0. If he exceeds 0, he loses his bet for that round, unless the dealer also exceeds 0 points. In the event of a tie, player and dealer keep their points. The value of the bet is chosen in the previous round. And finally, we have Wild Race, for 1 to 4 players. This is a classic point-scoring game with the variant of being able to match, sub any opponent's score and subtract 100 points from their score. The player with the highest score at the end of the rounds is the winner. As if all of this were not enough, the K7 Darts allows you to create tournaments directly on the machine. And you can even save them to finish them at another time. Creating them is very simple. Simply go to the Tournaments menu and create a new one. In this way, we can register between 3 and 32 players, with names and order of the default quadrant or customize both fields. We can select whether the tournament will be individual or by teams, and whether each match will be played to the best of 1, 3 or 5 games. Obviously, we must also select the game on which the tournament will be played. In each game, The players who are playing against each other will be shown on the screen. We can also enter, as long as the machine has credits, the quadrant screen, where we can see the schedule and the results of the matches. This grid follows a standard layout, so depending on the number of players we register from the tournament, the machine will fill in the gaps in order or randomly, as we indicate, so that the pairing are squared. Whenever a game is completed, never during the game, we can save the tournament to continue it at another time. The dartboard will ask us to create a password with the keyboard so that we can load it again when we want to continue it. This function is only available in the K7 Dart, not being present in the Drakon 2 model due to the lack of the keyboard. So this is our complete guide to the operation of these new models. In any case, whenever you purchase any of these models, you will receive the instruction book in different languages. I hope you find this video useful and that you have been able to understand these models better. Have a great day. Goodbye.